Dave, you've got some interesting stories to
Yeah.
explain to everyone today.
Yeah, thanks, Stu. So obviously we've spent quite a bit of time talking about the challenges that marketing teams are facing. A lot of it's been focused around like streamlining the design process, right? Obviously the point of this webinar is to talk about, okay, what can we do to raise more funds? How can we empower fundraisers? And the point is when you solve those problems and you open up this self-serve, ultimately empowers people to do more marketing, which raises more funds. So what you've got here is the Sue Ryder story. Rather than me tell it, we've actually got a very, very short video. It's just a few minutes long. We might as well let them tell you the value that they get out of it. So Stu, yeah, if you wouldn't mind hitting play on that one, that'd be great.
Of course.
Sue Ryder provides the incredible hospice and neurological care for people facing life-changing, frightening diagnoses. We do this in our 7 hospices and 5 care centres around the UK. To maintain our services, we need to raise over £37 million a year. So we do that through a range of fundraising activities and through our 450 shops we have on the high street. We were receiving near on 1,000 briefs a year for various items, small and large, that had to be logged as jobs, briefed out to designers and ultimately signed off and sent to print.
Because of the volume of material that we needed, there was quite a long lead time. We obviously tried to brief everything in as early as possible. There's always something that's added to the calendar last minute, and we couldn't really do last minute, and that then led to people going off and kind of creating rogue items and going off brand, and so that kind of then created its own problems.
I wanted to create a system that was easy to use, flexible and intuitive, and ultimately to cut down on the number of briefs coming through to myself and my team.
The new system is so much easier to use. There's so much more that we can do on it without going off brand. It gives us the freedom, but also keeps us doing what we need to be doing, how it should be done to build the brand of Sue Ryder. Hugely beneficial in the fact that we can create everything we need to create rather than having to go outsourced.
I think one of the really good advantages from our point of view is that we're able to respond quite quickly to supporters. So we would only brief in material previously that was about the hospice and about hospice activity. Now we can actually offer the opportunity to supporters for us to create some material for them. So it might be that a supporter comes to us and says, I'm really struggling to get tickets printed, it's going to cost me a fortune, and we can actually do something on RightMarket, produce it, send it off to them, they can print it out, they're happy, we're happy, it's brilliant, and they know they're getting some support from us in return for obviously the support that they're giving us. So that's a really key one for us, is being able to kind of keep those supporters on brand and give them the support.
As a system, I find it's very useful in supporting the brand. We've managed to maintain our brand colours on there, our brand look and feel. Users can also upload photographs of their own. We've provided a bank of illustrations on there that users can use, so very few queries from users about how to use it. So from that point, it's been a resounding success.
The last minute asks, we still try to avoid them if possible, but we can deal with them now, which is brilliant. There's also an element of being able to empower teams. So rather than a team coming and saying, well, we need a poster for something, we say, well, tell you what, you have a go at creating it. And they can't go off brand. We don't have to explain that you don't stretch a logo and you don't use a pretty pink, not the correct pink. So actually being able to empower teams, and they get really excited because they're, oh, I produced that poster and now it's up in the hospice, which is lovely.
So currently there's about 600 items being produced per month. Some of those would have come through to me as design briefs, which would have had to take a design and management time. So that's the great benefit from my point of view. I know the users themselves find it very useful in terms of flexibility and response. Over the 6 months we've been running the RightMarket, we're looking about between £20,000 and £25,000 in terms of design and management time savings. If a job's gone through on the RightMarket system, rather than coming to myself as a brief, then you could estimate that, say, depending on the type of job, that would save £100 in design fees and management time. That £100 could pay for a clinical nurse specialist to make a visit in a patient's home. So as we like to say here at Sue Ryder, it all adds up to incredible care.
So again, the kind of the point here is by streamlining that stuff, they've seen a huge increase in marketing asset production, and it's kind of not rocket science, right? The more marketing that can get done, especially at a local level, equals more funds raised. And then yeah, with Stroke Association, haven't got a video to play on this one, but it's ultimately the same story, right? All of those challenges that Stu talked about, with RightMarket was able to streamline that. And what that does is not only does it save a lot of time, which with Stroke, they've got over 600 days across the organisation back in hours. It also saves the money as well, which equivalates to around £90,000 saved per year in productivity costs. But again, in terms of how can we use RightMarket to raise more funds, they've now enabled a fundraising team of over 250 users to be able to create high quality on brand marketing, which again equals more funds raised. So again, there's a very much, it's not just about streamlining stuff and efficiencies, it's very much about empowering users to create their own stuff, knowing in the knowledge that it's all on brand as well. So yeah, thanks for that, Stu. Back to you.